Welcome back to G4 Sports Talk. I'm your host, George Johnston. G4 Sports Talk isn't just about football and basketball. Today, we'll be looking into the world of equestrian sports, where we will interview a future Olympian, Makayla Petrovitch, and see her element during practice. So let's talk sports! Today, we ventured to Century Manor Farm in Nokesville, Virginia, owned and operated by Miss Melinda Legg, who is a pretty big deal in the equestrian community. She has given us exclusive access to the inner workings of this operation. Now, before we see Miss Melinda training Makayla in the English riding sport of hunter jumpers, let's see what goes on before practice officially starts. Before Makayla can take the horse out, there are a number of steps. First, it's picking the hooves to make sure they are clean before riding. Tenon boots are put on to protect the horse when jumping. They are used for practicing, but not when doing horse shows. Then, oil is brushed onto the hooves to keep them from cracking. Next step, grooming the horse with a brush to make sure they are clean and ready to ride. You can tell this is a good time to bond with the horse. They seem to like this process. Now it's time to add some sports equipment. First comes the saddle pad, then the half pad, and finally the saddle. After that is something called a girth that connects the saddle to the horse, and the martingale that keeps the head up to stabilize the horse and rider. I had no idea so much goes into this. Makayla arrives about an hour before practice to get the horse ready. Now it's time for the rider to put on her protective gear and start riding. Let's jump over to see her in practice. I found out that at the start of practice, the rider does a warm-up routine. What we are about to see next are Makayla's practice runs. Now at this point, we move to the upstairs section where judges would sit during a competition. Let's listen in to some exclusive audio to see what goes on between the trainer and the rider.
Okay. So single 5.
Okay.
Single, and then when you come around and do this single, you don't have to go to the road. You can just go around the jumps to the screen.
Okay.
And then the outside 5, you can do a 5 to a 1.
All right.
But then you have to get a 2 at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
Now here she goes with some of the first jumps of the day.
Needs to stay very quiet, very short, slow. Make him wait. You gotta be conservative to your first jump. Whoa. Whoa. Good. Slow down, he's starting to build a little bit. Whoa. Conservative here, whoa. Sit back, sit back. Good job, that was really good at the end. That is way harder than you think.
It looks like practice is almost over. Let's go catch up with Makayla and see what she thinks about today's practice. you think about practice today?
I thought it went very well. He was being a good boy and he spooked out a few things, but that's okay. He got over the jumps well, and yeah, we did pretty good.
I definitely agree with you. And how many years have you been riding, and how did you find your passion for horseback riding?
I've been riding for just about 3 years, and when I was younger, about 2 years old, I had a birthday party at my grandma's house, and they had a little pony there. And I really started to love ponies. And then I went to a YMCA camp when I was 9, and I started to learn how to ride, and then I started taking lessons and got more competitive.
What type of equestrian sport do you do, and what do you need to start playing the sport?
So I do hunter jumpers, which falls into English riding, and it's very slow and very quiet and very graceful. And to get started riding, you need to really have a passion for horses, and you need a few lessons to decide whether you really want to go somewhere with it or not.
What does it take to become competitive?
Well, it takes a lot of passion, and it takes a lot of practice, many, many years of practice. Like I said, I've been practicing for about 3 years, and I'm just now really getting a good feel for becoming competitive and going somewhere with it.
Well, I'm sure all that practice will really help when you do your horse shows.
For sure.
How often do you practice?
I practice 1 or 2 times a week, and then I usually have a show after on Saturdays or Sundays.
Do you travel?
I travel about an hour per show for the horse shows. And then we go and we show and we stay all day, and then we have to leave and get the horses ready for the night.
Well, it should be very exciting to travel.
Yes, it is very exciting.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to become an equestrian?
I would say to start with a few lessons and do some research on the different disciplines. And then I think that once you know what you're going to do and where you're going to go with it, then you can start getting more competitive with it.
Well, I'm sure the people who want to become equestrians will definitely take that advice. Where do you see yourself going in the sport?
I would like to go to the Grand Prix or the Olympics and try my best there.
Well, high goals like that will certainly help you drive yourself to get there. Well, you heard it there, folks. We have a future Olympian on the channel. Make sure to check out Makayla Petrovitch in the future. I'm G4 Sports Talk, and I'll see you next time.